Hello students, welcome back to the third session on fundamentals of accounting. In the last session, we discussed about the objectives of accounting and the various functions of accounting. In today's class, we shall be discussing about the major drawbacks of accounting and the users of accounting information. Besides, we shall also look into the various systems of accounting. To begin with, let us discuss the drawbacks or the limitations of accounting. One of the biggest limitations of accounting is that it records only those transactions which can be measured in monetary terms. It excludes qualitative elements. It cannot record things that do not have a monetary value. For example, the efficiency of management is a qualitative element which cannot be expressed in money terms. Similarly, the loyalty, honesty of employee, labor strikes, etc. are the qualitative elements which cannot be expressed in money value, and hence these elements does not find its place in the books of accounts. Another limitation of accounting is that it ignores price level changes. In accounting, cost concept is used. Accounting transactions are recorded at cost price in the books of accounts. Price changes are not considered. The effect of price level changes is not taken into account. The books of accounts only shows the cost price at which the asset has been purchased. As we all know that the value of money is bound to change from time to time. This makes it difficult for a business to compare its results of various years. So this is one of the strong limitations of accounting, that it does not consider price level changes, it ignores the price level changes. The third limitation of accounting is that it does not provide realistic information. Accounting statements are prepared by using various accounting concepts and conventions like going concern concept, business entity concept, cost concept, dual concept, and so on. All these accounting principles, that is concepts and conventions, are widely used in preparation of accounting statements. Therefore, the information provided by accounting may not be realistic. For example, businesses use the concept of going concern. Going concern concept says that the business will continue for a longer period of time and the assets are to be recorded at cost, but the book value which the asset is showing may not be actually realizable. For example, let's say in the balance sheet, the value of an asset is rupees 50,000, that is the cost price. But in the market, the price of the asset could be lesser than that. So therefore, what value is recorded in the books of accounts, that is at book value, may not be actually realizable when it is sold in the market. Similarly, companies follow the principle of conservatism. So by following the principle of conservatism, the financial statements will not reflect the true position of the business. So these concepts and conventions have their own drawbacks, have their own limitations, which renders the information to be not realistic. The fourth limitation of accounting is that the personal bias of the accountant. Accounting statements are influenced by the personal judgment of the accountant. He may select any method of depreciation. He may select any method of valuation of stock, amortization of fixed assets, treatment of deferred revenue expenditures. So he at his own discretion selects any method of depreciation, stock valuation, and so on. Such a judgment, which is based on the integrity and competency of the accountant, will certainly affect the preparation of accounting statements. Therefore, the personal bias of the accountant for using a set of methods for depreciation, stock valuation, amortization of intangible assets affects the preparation of financial statements. Another limitation is that it permits alternative treatments. Accounting allows alternative treatments but within generally accepted accounting principles. For example, there are various methods of charging depreciation like straight line method, written down value method, sum of years digits method, etc. Similarly, the closing stock of a business may be valued by FIFO, that is first in first out, or LIFO, last in first out, or average price method. So there are different methods for charging depreciation, different methods for valuing the closing stocks. So these alternative treatments, by following the generally accepted accounting principles, may give different results, and such results may not be helpful for a business to compare its results. Another limitation is that the profit revealed by the financial statements may not be a real test of measuring the performance of management. Profit earned during an accounting period is the test of the managerial performance. Profit may be shown in excess by manipulation of accounts. So the accountant may manipulate the account in order to show more profits. How you can do such manipulations? He can suppress the cost like depreciation, advertisement, research and development expenses, or taking more value of closing stock. By following these tactics, an accountant may show more profit than what actually it should be. Therefore, what happens is that the profit which is shown by the financial statements may not be a true reflection of the performance of management. Accounting is purely based on historical data. That is one of the biggest disadvantage of accounting. Accounting supplies information to various users in the form of profit and loss account and in the form of balance sheet at the end of the year. So, the information provided is of historical interest and it only gives the post-mortem analysis of the past accounting information. It provides only the information that has happened. It doesn't provide any cue for what could happen in future. So the biggest disadvantage of financial accounting is that it provides only the past data, past information that has happened. For control and planning purposes, management is very much interested in such information which is very quickly accessible and is timely available, which is not provided by financial accounting. The last but not the least limitation of accounting is window dressing. Window dressing is a technique which is used by the accountants to manipulate the financial statements, to manipulate the information which is contained in the financial documents. So when a businessman he manipulates the books of accounts in order to make the accounts more attractive to the users, we call it as window dressing. An accountant resort to window dressing in the balance sheet and the profit and loss account and various other financial documents, and when such information is used, it may not give a fair view, it may not give a true view of what the business affair is real. So therefore, window dressing, which is resorted by the accountant, leads to presenting the business information, the performance of the business in a wrong way. In order to lure the investors, in order to attract the investors, generally the businesses follow window dressing, which is unethical. It is not an ethical practice to resort to window dressing. So these are some of the limitations of accounting. Let us recap. Accounting records only monetary transactions. It will not record non-monetary transactions. Second, accounting ignores price level changes. Third, it does not provide realistic information. Fourth, the personal bias of the accountant affects the accounting statements. Fifth, it permits alternative treatments for valuation of stock, charging depreciation, and so on. The profit revealed by the accounting statements may not be a real test of measuring the performance of management. Accounting is historical in nature. It does not provide any information about what can happen in future. This drawback is overcome in another branch of accounting known as management accounting. The last limitation is window dressing, which is an unethical practice. Accountants generally resort to window dressing. They manipulate the books of accounts in order to attract the investors. Now let's discuss the users of accounting information. Accounting information ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. As I told earlier that accounting is an information system. As an information system, it collects data about the business transactions which are monetarily expressed, and it will communicate such information about the organization to various users. So we can classify these users into two types. One is external users, which include investors, bankers, creditors, government, customers, public. The internal users of accounting information are owners, management, and the employees. External users ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಮತ್ತೆ internal users ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು? External users ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಮೂಹ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಅವನು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. He is outside the organization who needs the accounting information. So any group or a person who is from outside the organization and who needs the accounting information, who uses the accounting information, is an external user. Internal user is one who is inside the organization, who belongs to the organization, and he needs accounting information for decision making purposes. Now let's look into the first one. Investors ಗೆ accounting information ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ? What interest he has in the accounting information. So investors ಗೆ accounting information ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ? ಆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ತಕೊಂಡು ಅವನು ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ. Should I buy, hold or sell the company's shares? ಸೊ ಒಬ್ಬ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಆ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಬೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಆ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ. ಸೊ ಬೈ, ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಈ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಆ ಶೇರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಈ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇಂದ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಈಸ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆರ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ವೆಲ್. ನಾನು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಕಂಪನಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, is it performing well or it is not performing? Or if I want to invest, ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನನಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಈ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಎನಿ ಗವರ್ನೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಕಂಪನಿ? ಸೊ ಈ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರಹದ್ದು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ನೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಅದನ್ನು ಅವನು ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ಆರ್ ದ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಎ ಗುಡ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಟು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್? ನಾನು ಈ ಕಂಪನಿ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಗೆ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಕಂಪನಿ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಂಪನಿನ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಅವನು ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅವನು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ ಟು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ the more interesting question that the investor has in the accounting information. The second external user is a banker. Banker ಗೆ accounting information ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. Can my borrower pay the principal and interest on time? ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಅದರಿಂದ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಅವನು ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಕಂಪನಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸಾಲ ಪಡೆದ್ರೆ, ಲೋನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಈ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಲೋನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ನ ರೀಪೇ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ನ ಟೈಮ್ಲಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಆ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು ಅಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬಾರೋವರ್ ಯಾರಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಕಂಪನಿ ಏನ್ ಬಾರೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಂದ, ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಟು ರೀಪೇ ದಿ ಲೋನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್, ದಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕು, ವಾಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದಿ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಲೋನ್. ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಈ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಗೆ ಲೋನ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರಹದ ಕೊಲ್ಯಾಟಿರಲ್, ಏನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಈ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಲೋನ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಅಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಜನರಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ is more interested in knowing whether the business is in a position to repay the loan amount and pay the interest on time, and whether this business has got sufficient collateral, sufficient security to provide to the banker when it takes the loan. The third external user is the creditor or the suppliers. Suppliers and trade financiers are the creditors. Creditors ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇಂದ ಯೂಸ್ ಇದೆ and what information they get it from the accounting information. Will my customer be a major source of business? ಇವಾಗ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯರ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇಂದ, ಈ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮೇಜರ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಕೆನ್ ಮೈ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಪೇ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಸ್ ಆನ್ ಟೈಮ್. ನಾನು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸಾಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ನನಗೆ ಆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅವನು ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕೆನ್ ಮೈ ಬಾರೋವರ್ ರೀಪೇ ಆನ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಸೊ ಟೈಮ್ಲಿ ರೀಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆರ್ is it a major source of business for me, is the outcome for the creditor. Government is interested in knowing whether the business is paying taxes on time. Income tax time ಆಗಿ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ, GST ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ, or any other government tax levies which are there. Is the business paying, or it is evading the tax, it is not paying the taxes, trying to avoid it. Should the government give some subsidy on the industry, increase the taxes, or should it give protection from dumping? Okay. Does a business make required disclosures of its financial affairs? Does a business make abnormal profits by stifling the competition in the industry, etc.? All these are outcomes that the government expects from the accounting information, and they use the accounting information to draw this reference. Another user of accounting information which is external is customer. Customer wants to get information from the books of account as to, is my supplier a reliable and competitive source? ಆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ನನಗೆ ರಿಲಯಬಲ್ ಆಗಿದಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Can I count on my supplier to provide the spare parts for equipment? Does my supplier have the financial resources to honor the warranty obligations? And so on. ಅದೇ ತರ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Does a business exploit local suppliers, small businesses, or labor? Does a business earn profits by compromising on the product safety or damaging the environment? Is the business abusing its monopoly by overcharging its customers? ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಏನು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರಹ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ. ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟರ್ಸ್, ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಬಳಕೆಯಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್. Internal users are within the organization and they also need information for various purposes. Internal users include owners, management, and employees. Owners ಏನು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. Is my business performing better compared to the competitors? ನಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮುಂದೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಏನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಏನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ದು ಟ್ರೂ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬಹುದು. Will it be profitable for me to buy out my business? So if I want to sell this business, is it profitable to me for disposing of the business, or if I want to hand over the business to someone, close the business and give it to someone, is it a profitable accounts? So there are three bases of accounting. There are three systems of accounting. One, cash basis of accounting. In cash basis of accounting, only the actual cash receipts and actual cash payments are recorded. Cash basis of accounting follow ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ರೆಸಿಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರಹದು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಬರೀ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. There is no place for credit transactions if we are following cash system of accounting. So ಈ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಯಾರು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So this system is usually adopted by government organizations and financial institutions. Even the non-trading organizations, they prepare receipts and payments account on the basis of cash system of accounting. The second system of accounting is accrual basis. Accrual basis ಗೆ ನಾವು ಮರ್ಕೆಂಟೈಲ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಎರಡು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So under this system of accounting, all the business transactions, whether it is a cash transaction or a credit transaction, will be recorded in the books of accounts for a particular period. So most of the businesses follow accrual basis of accounting. The third system of accounting is mixed basis, also known as hybrid system. In this system, we use both cash basis as well as accrual basis. So it's a mix of cash system as well as accrual system. Incomes ಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, receipts ಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಅಕ್ರೂವಲ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ and certain items are recorded on the basis of their accrual. So generally we record the incomes on the basis of cash system, that is cash transactions, and all the expenses are recorded on accrual basis. So we have looked into three systems of accounting: cash basis, accrual basis, and mixed basis or the hybrid basis.